Hello everybody, Smokey Smokes here. I wanted to make a brief video on pipe filters. Now, I wanted to do this for a very, very long time, I just never got around to doing it. But here's the video finally. So, what is a pipe filter? This is going to be a very brief overview of what they are, what they're all about, what their purpose is, the ups and downs to them, etc. If you want a more in-depth video, there are videos out there on YouTube talking more about the different kinds of filters. This is just going to be a brief overview. So anyway, yes, this is a pipe filter. You can get these in these little boxes for just a couple bucks each. There's 10 in here. They're very, very affordable. This is what they look like. Now, the pipe filter's purpose is to absorb moisture from the tobacco you're smoking. You know when you're smoking your pipe and it's been a long time and maybe you haven't cleaned it in a while, or maybe the tobacco is kind of moist and you're smoking, and then all of a sudden you taste some horrible, horrible flavor in your mouth. It's very bitter, it's very sharp, it's disgusting. Tobacco juice, essentially, is what it is. Yeah, that's when there's too much moisture and it ends up seeping up into your mouth. This particularly happens with more straight pipes like this. If you have a curved pipe, it's less likely, but you will get gurgling, and eventually it will rise up too, and that's no fun either. The purpose of these is to prevent that from happening. These absorb that moisture, so you'll have a much more dry, much more clean smoke when you use them. Some people don't like these because, a reason I see here and there is because technically speaking, they do change the flavor a little bit. Maybe, I don't really notice it that much, but I do understand what they're talking about. It's almost like a papery hint that it might add to the tobacco, depending on what kind of filter you get. I can kind of see that. Sometimes I taste it, sometimes I don't. I don't see it as that big of a deal, though. I think the pros outweigh the cons vastly with these things. Yeah, it absorbs the moisture, because I hate having moisture in my mouth. I like to just taste the tobacco itself and nothing else getting in the way. But that being said, the filter itself, you can consider it getting in the way. Overall, I think it is still worth it. I still think they make the flavor overall a lot more clean. The way they work is only pipes that are allowed to accept filters will accept them. You can't stick them in any pipe. These Dr. Grabows, or Grabos, however you say that. Someone told me it was Grabo, but yeah, I'll go with Grabo. You just kind of stick them in like that. Again, the pipe itself has to say it accepts filters. Generally speaking, that's just about everything you need to know about filters. Overall, just provides a cleaner flavor, removes moisture. One of the biggest downsides being they're disposable. You have to get more of them over time, obviously. They'll last about 2, 3, maybe 4 smokes at the very, very most. And eventually, at a certain point, they'll start looking like this. Kind of brown. This isn't too bad, but when they get kind of brown, that's when eventually they'll give you kind of a weird flavor. And that's pretty gross. So some people tend to just swap them out in between each smoke. I mean, it kind of depends on how often you smoke. I smoke moderately often. I'm not a heavy smoker. I'm not a super light smoker. I'm somewhere in between. I find every 2 or 3 times I'll end up swapping the filter out and I'm good to go. So very affordable. They last a decent amount of time for what you're getting. Yeah, overall, I prefer smoking a pipe with a filter rather than without. However, I smoke both all the time. I smoke pipes without filters all the time. But overall, I would prefer that all pipes would be able to accept filters. So anyway, that's just about everything you need to know about pipe filters. If you want to get more into the nitty-gritties and different types of filters, there are different videos you can check out. But that's a very brief explanation of what they are in case you were wondering what pipe filters are. Thank you.